Now, here's an element that should be very familiar to just about everyone. This is iron. Now, it so happens inside of this I have a paper clip. Well, not something people get very excited about, but think about this. This is made out of metal that is very strong. You don't want your paper clips falling apart. It can be bent into different shapes and you can bend it back without it breaking. And it is a relatively inexpensive metal. There's lots of it on planet Earth. Tough to make it into most of it is found as iron ore, but it's tough to make it into metal iron, but it can be done. And it is just a very useful metal. Why is it given the letters Fe? Most of the elements have symbols that make sense. It so happens that the Latin word for iron is ferrum, or ferrium. I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but they use the Latin word rather than the English word, and you just have to get used to that. Now, iron is right down here on the periodic table. It's element 26. It's a metal. And it so happens, I don't have a magnet right next to me, but this is a metal that you can pick up with a magnet. So it has some interesting properties. Very common metal, very useful metal. Should be relatively familiar. Notice that your body actually uses iron. There are some sources of food that have iron atoms in them. It's actually iron with a 2+ charge on it. You need that in order for your blood to carry oxygen and a bunch of different other chemical reactions going on inside of your body. Now, iron will easily react with oxygen, and it will produce a brownish color, usually called rust. It's iron oxide. Also, it produces a nice reddish color that doesn't fade in the sunlight. So you'll notice this is often a good pigment for paint. And for what it's worth, it's a very cheap pigment, which is why barns are usually red, because they're coated with iron oxide. So red color in barns, and a very useful metal that you need in order to survive. Iron.